Hey, what's going on, y'all? Sam the Slam here. Welcome back to another Slammed movie review as horror movies keep continuing on. As the last movie I watched, Terror Train with Jamie Lee Curtis, this is during her little slasher phase as the scream queen, the sexy lady she is. I thought, before Terror Train was before it was directed, she did Prom Night before. And I wanted to check it out. And I did. And this film right here gets a machete. Now, that's for my ratings. If it gets a middle finger with my Jason mask on, that means I didn't give a fuck about it. I'm just like, nah, just didn't really care. This one gets a slightly machete up. Because this movie had a little twist at the end. Didn't see that fucking coming. It's very slow. It's a very slow... Compared to Terror Train, there's a lot of killings in the very first 30, 40 minutes. It keeps like that. This one, it takes it's a how long is this movie? It is a 92-minute film. Well, the first hour and a half, like the hour and 2-minute mark, that's what the first kill is. And there's only 4 people killing here. And, yeah. But before I get on with the spoilers and stuff, I gave it a machete because of the twist at the very end, and for the music. I like the disco. Prom Night. It's fucking funny as hell. And seeing Leslie Nielsen from Naked Gun, Tommy the Bachelor, and so it's great to see. It's weird to see him. This is the first movie I've seen. Well, I've never seen Tommy the Bachelor, but that's how my grandma watched it. But this is the first movie, the first serious movie that he's been in. And he is just a little supporting actor. He's basically, like they have like a James, they had Donald Pleasance for Halloween, and you have John Saxon in Nightmare on Elm Street. And this one you have their big star, he had a minor supporting role. He's the father, he's Mr. Hammond, Melissa Nielsen. But it was just cool to see him in this very serious tone. This is directed by Paul Lynch, by the way. I'm trying to put the director's credit in and all that stuff. But to me, the film, it's very slow paced. You get to know the characters, like Jamie Lee Curtis's characters, and her friends. Shut up, cat. And the plot and everything, I liked it. But at the same time, I definitely, it's alright. It's an okay movie. It's a time waster. It's a well done time waster. It's a one and done for me though, because this film just, I don't know, there's nothing really memorable about it, except the ending. So yeah, but this plot, spoiler times. So basically, how I knew about this film is, I seen the first 5-10 minutes. I've seen the first 5-10 minutes with the children. Ooh, the killer's gonna get you. The killer. Oh, the killer. Me and my friends, we played hide and go kill, which is basically hide and go seek when it's dark outside. Hide and go kill, and these kids are playing, and they're like, "Oh, I'm the killer," huh? Well, there's these 3 other kids that come up with her. There's these 3 kids. There's Kim. No, not Nick Kim. There's Nick, Wendy. Let me see here. There's Nick. There's Wendy, Jude, Kelly, and Nick. And they're all 11-year-olds. And then you see, who's the brother's name? Alex. You see Alex, then Kim, and Robin. That's their family. And they don't want to play, but Robin wants to. But then they start picking, they just go after her. It was maybe a prank or what they want to do, but they keep on. The killer's gonna get you. The killer, we're gonna get you. She falls to her fucking death. Well, actually, she probably fell she fell on the glass from 3 stories or whatever, And she could have been alive. Well, then this fucking window comes down and shatters her. So I guess. But the thing is, though, the girl Wendy, of course, played by Eddie Benton. Well, this is the 10-year-old, and tells Nick, Kelly, and Jude that we're not going to tell anybody. We don't need to tell anybody about this. They all want to tell the cops except Wendy, and that's the character that when you feel bad for these other characters because of that fucking reason. Because they wanted us to say that actually she accidentally died. We were picking on her or playing a game and stuff. But Wendy, the girl who played her, what a bitch. What like a fucking Helga from Hey Arnold. Just what a Angelica bitch. And then throughout the when it goes through like 6 or 7 years later, you go through then you see Leslie Nielsen and his wife. But then it goes through high school at the prom night, and you got the disco, and the music is great. You see Jamie Lee Curtis, which is fine as hell. Still, Halloween is still her best performance from the slasher genre. I still haven't seen the new Halloween films, which I do want to see. But the high school, it's weird too because Wendy was messing around with Nick. And they kiss and like, oh, it's prom night. You're like, she wanted, like they had some kind of bet or something. It's not in the story detailed, but she kisses him and then like, oh, I have you for the night. And I'm like, okay. And and then you have this fucking weird, this supported bully, or Lou, who has the unibrow, the Anthony Davis unibrow, but Anthony Davis is the only one who could pull off the unibrow. But you got this weird fucker. His name is David Mucci. This is probably his only movie because it's on Wikipedia. There's nothing on here. He's unlinked. But he messes around with Wendy didn't have a plan to. They're gonna do some Carrie inspired shit to prank on Kim, who plays by Jamie Lee Curtis. But before that, some person calls. Jude, it's my time. Jude, Kelly, it's time to play. Wendy, it's time to play. Yeah, it's this. Yeah, but Nick is the only one who doesn't answer the fucking phone because his dad's the lieutenant. Well, here we're supposed to say that some child molester, or some child killer killed the girl, which he never fucking did. And then they point out as Mr. Sykes, who's the maintenance man. He looks creepy, but he's probably just socially awkward. And yeah, he's just a real supportive character, or whatever. And the thing is, though, did we see some tits? Was there some TNA? Yes. There was Kelly's tits when she was trying to be with her boy, trying to have sex. She was a virgin, being Drew, but she didn't want to. But we see some titties, and then we see a random. I don't remember which one it was, but a chick just mooning Mr. Sykes or Slick or whatever, seeing an ass. And I tell you what, she had a nice ass. Woohoo! But it's weird too because they had the dressing rooms, like the women dressing rooms were outside of the gymnasium, and it's like weird. That wouldn't be what it is now. Like I remember being in high school, it was inside. It wasn't outside where you could just recently get in. Well, that's back in the time where it was okay. But we get to. Well, Jude ends up meeting this fat guy, this cool underdog guy, and he's a stoner, so props up to him. But other sudden, though, I mean, here we go. You think you're like, who's the killer? Is it the mother, the distraught, traumatized mother? Is it the father? But it was somebody who knew what was going on, and I don't know who the fuck it would be, So for the kills, the first death is Kelly, hour and 2 minutes after she declines Drew from fucking her to take her to pop her cherry. He comes out, Kelly, it's time now. Slashes her throat. Yeah, it's okay. Then Jude just got fucked by the fat guy, and they're probably gonna have kids probably. And they smoke a joint. Well, her death is they're in a van, and the killer just opens the van and just, and then he kills the fat guy for being this, because not being he don't be a snitch. He runs off his van off to fuck, of course. He tries to give him a struggle, but he fails. And then Wendy. Now, Wendy's death, that was the most satisfying one. That death was the most satisfying one, but then again, you didn't even get to see it. You get to see the killer throw an axe at her, chase her throughout the story. Because she was such a bitch. Karma come collects. She was going to try. Her and Lou had this plan. And the nice tuxedo jeans, by the way, Lou. Remember that god awful unibrow. But she gets chased from. And that was one of the people who got killed, which I didn't even care. Like, bye bye, bitch. I don't give a shit about you. And the thing is, well, too, bites in the ass. They're gonna try and make Lou be the king, and they fucking stuffed up Nick. Well, as Lou being the king, well, we gonna see that Alex or Nick, I think his name was Alex. Let's see. Jamie Lee Curtis's brother, he's playing with the music, the audio. Yeah. But the last kill, Lou takes Nick and his buddies, beat the shit out of him, put duct tape, him unconscious. And then this killer thinks that Nick is the queen, because him and Kim, oh, that's why, because they're prom king and prom queen. That's why they got to be put together for the night. I don't know, but it's fucking confusing. Well, the killer cuts the head off of Lou, and it goes, because that's the scene I know, is that scene with the head going through the walkway. And it's crazy and shit. And then they fight. It's between Lou and, or not Lou, but Nick and the killer. And then Kim helps out, Jamie Lee Curtis's character. And then she gets the axe that hits him in the head. But then you see, he sees, they connect, they see each eyes, and they're like, what? Was it the mother? The mother? And then the killer runs off, and then he collapses outside where the police is, and they're like, hey, stop it. No. You end up finding out that it was her brother, Alex. And they take the mask off and he says, they killed her. They killed her. They killed her. And then it has a flashback of her brother seeing his little sister who was left there, motionless, defenseless, dead. It was him all along. And that's how it ends. There's no Leslie Nielsen. There's no the mom coming in, which be distraught of, oh, another someone's dead. But that's the ending to it. This is a time waster. It's a brilliant done time waster. This is a one and done for me. But it gets a machete up because of the twist. And because of my thoughts of Leslie Nielsen being this serious character, it wasn't a main character. I mean, he was just a supporting cast or whatever. But I wanted to check it out. It was great because I finally get to see this film. It's great. I mean, I love watching these horror films back to back to back. I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, I enjoy watching these films. There's many more to come. And many more to come. But next, there's a series of this Prom Night series. There's a Prom Night 2, Hello Mary Lou. And let's see what it's about. I don't know if it's a prom queen's tortured spirit rises to get revenge against the boyfriend responsible for her fiery death. He is now the high school principal. And I tell you what, that seems awesome. And that's cool. I want to watch it. I just want to watch it because of this little series. And but yeah, I just this was a cool time waster. I recommend it for nostalgia, and I recommend it for the Jamie Lee Curtis slasher saga. But it's a one and done for me. I mean, yeah, it's just a one and done for me though. But it gets a machete check for sure. But be on the lookout for more movies. Prom Night 2. I wanted to watch Motel Hell, but now that's probably expired. I get my son later today, so I might, if I can, I might get to see that movie later on tonight. But then again, my son wakes. If he goes to bed at 1 o'clock or 12 o'clock, he wakes up at 6 still. So I need sleep. So I mean, be on the lookout for Motel Hell. I know for sure next week I will get done with Friday the 13th New Beginning and Nightmare on Elm Street Dream Warriors. And then I want to get me and my buddy Sparky for our Sparky and Slam reviews sometime. We need to watch the new reboot of Halloween. And I want him to check out the movie The Game with me, because The Game, I reviewed it before on my Simple Review playlist. So check out my Simple Reviews on my playlist. That's the first movie series reviews I did with Michael Douglas. One of the best thrillers, psychological thrillers ever. Or thriller or action thriller. But that movie is the shit. And I just wanted to review it with him, even though he's not really, we're not good reviewers. I just like talking about it. So I thank you very much for watching this video, and we'll see you again soon. Peace.